Hi everyone, welcome back to Stamp with Anna. Today I want to share with you my customer Valentine's Day cards. I'll be making these for all of my wonderful customers. So if you are a customer of mine, be looking for it in the mail. And there is a lot of coloring considering the amount of cards I have to make, but my customers are so worth it. So let's get started and I will show you just how quickly this came together. For supplies, we have a piece of thick Whisper White, thick basic white. Someday I'll stop calling it Whisper White. And it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we have a piece of real red, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we have a piece of basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we are going to do a bit of die cutting on this to make our little hearts. We're going to save some paper that way. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to get our card front prepped. And you'll see here we have some, let me get back in focus here. We have some embossed lines here. Now, I made that with my scoreboard. You can make that with your paper trimmer, and I'm going to show you how to do it with the paper trimmer if you don't have a scoreboard. And it is rather simple. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our card at 1/4 inch, okay, and score. And I have my measurements on the right side because it's easier to handle it that way. And then I'm going to scooch over to the 1/2 inch line and score. And then I'm going to scooch over to the 3/4 inch line and score. Now I'm going to turn it. What you do want to remember is you're scoring, but these scores, you're going to flip it over so that the raised side is on this end here. So while you have it over here, you're going to turn it 90 degrees. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/4 inches. So when you turn it this way, you have the score lines on the right and the bottom. Okay, so that's how we get that embossing, and it's nice. It does add a nice bit of detail to the card. So we're going to push that aside. Now for our first stamp set, we're going to use the Hey Birthday Chick, and we're going to use this one right here. So I'm going to ink that chick up with Memento Black. And I'm going to put her off to the, closer to the right side. Straight down and straight up. That's our first stamp. Now I'm going to color her in, and I have my Stampin' Blends here. And her body is going to be light crumb cake, and I'm just going to go along the edges of her, the body. I'm not going to color her whole body in, but I do want her to be outlined. Okay. And then her crown and her feet are going to be in dark pumpkin pie. And her body is going to be in light Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to pull on the crumb cake. And it's really not going to give me a great blending, but I just wanted to have that crumb cake there as a shadow, as a bit of a shadow. And then, oh, I'm also going to do her head in light Daffodil Delight and her little beak in Pumpkin Pie. Now with the dark Daffodil Delight, I'm going to do her tail feathers and her front wings. And like I said, I have quite a few of these to make, so I don't want to get too intricate with the shading and whatnot. Otherwise, they won't be ready till next Valentine's Day. And then the balloon, I'm going to give it a background coating of light, oh, what is this? Flirty Flamingo. And I need to get that there. And then I'm going to come in with the dark Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to come across the edge like that. All right. Now I have a tiny bit that's out of my line here, and that's fine. That's really not going to bother me. But I do want to show you that we do have a color lifter, and it will lift where you've gone out of your lines. Okay. So see how quick she was all colored? Now I'm going to stamp my greeting, and the greeting comes from Sweet Strawberry Set, just for you. And I'm going to ink that up in Real Red. I'm going to put it in between the balloon and the chick. Okay, and then while I have my Real Red out, I'm going to bring in my card, and I'm going to stamp my inside greeting. And that comes from the new Gumball Greetings, and I'm going to use this one here that says Happy Valentine's Day. So again, I'm going to ink that up in Real Red, and I'm going to drop that straight down and straight up. All right, now we're going to assemble our card, but before we do that, I'm going to bring in that piece of Real Red. And I also have my Big Shot here. And I have the dies, the coordinating dies that go with the Gumball Greeting Set, and that's called Gumball Machine dies. And here are all these great dies that go with it. And I'm going to use these 3 hearts right here. And right in the middle of that, right there, I'm going to run that through. And I have 3 tiny little red hearts. I'm going to put those aside so I don't lose them. Now I'm going to mount this on my card front. This small little border. And then I'm going to mount my card front. Onto that. With some glue dots, mini glue dots, I'm going to attach my hearts. One on the balloon and 2 on the bottom. And the last thing I'm going to do is use these adorable little hearts to just stamp them on the bottom of the inside of my card. And I'm going to bring over the envelope that I'm going to use to mail my cards. And I'm going to stamp it right on the bottom there. So I have a complete set. Here's my card and my matching envelope. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products that I've used, certainly contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. And if you are one of my customers, keep your eye out in the mail because you'll be getting your Valentine's Day cards soon. If you don't have a demonstrator with whom you work, certainly let me know and I'll be glad to help you out. You're here if you like this project. I'd love it if you'd give my video a thumbs up and if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much and have a great day.